Welcome to the Poopism Podcast. My name is Barbie Chapman, and I'm the founder of this movement and podcast, where we're making our number twos a number one conversation. In today's episode, I have Emerson Listenby, who is a community activist, personal trainer, and mental health advocate. I'm really excited to present what he has to offer in regards to his gut health journey and his mental health journey. One other thing I would like to add is that Emerson is also an actor, and you can find him on the newest season of The Bear. And that's one way I met Emerson, on the set of a commercial that we did together last year. And I was really impressed by his journey and his story, and I'm looking forward to learning more about him today. This podcast is for informational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Always consult a medical professional or doctor for your health concerns. Emerson, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. We met on the set of Land O'Lakes.
Land O'Lakes.
I know, right? Super random, but God works in mysterious ways. And we built a great connection, and we both love to be healthy. So
absolutely. Especially when you're on sets and there's a lot of different food options.
Oh my God, so many different options.
Yes. So Emerson, can you share a little bit about when you think about gut health as it relates to mental health, what comes to mind?
What comes to mind is you eat how you feel. So at one point I was extremely depressed, and I ballooned up to 197 pounds, and I was just eating whatever to make me feel better, and it just stuck to me. And I just looked in the mirror, and I had to make a change. So essentially I had to clean out my system and start over. And now I feel lighter than ever. I feel really good. I feel really good. I don't really eat a lot of fried foods. I probably eat carbs twice a week, maybe. And I drink a lot of water. That's what that's what a lot of people go wrong, is what they don't drink water. You gotta, no matter what you eat, you gotta flush it out of your system.
Exactly.
You know, those salts and that sugar stick to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you gotta flush it out.
It's so important. That's detoxification is key, number one to stay healthy.
Yeah, I mean, they say 90% of a diet is your diet.
That's right.
Yeah, we all can going to the gym is cool, it's fun. Everybody can do it, but you got to stick to it mentally and eat right. Or the show.
I'm curious, when you said you looked in the mirror and it was just like, I got to change. Like what emotions were coming up for you in that moment?
It was just I just knew that I could do more. I could be more. You know, I had to face that mirror don't lie. When you look in that mirror and that reflection is looking back at you, and your instincts are telling you you slipping. You know you slipping. And what you gonna do about it to make that change?
What did you do?
Threw away all the fat food that I had.
What was one of the favorites in there that you did?
Oh my God. I used to love eating. Burger King was my thing. Them Whoppers, oh my Lord. I have a sweet tooth, so I used to eat a lot of ice cream. Cereal. Cereal was my thing. I honestly cannot remember the last time I had a bowl of cereal. It's been that long.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? I have a cup of coffee, but the cereal, no, I had to cut it out.
I'm curious, you said you had to cut it out. Did you go to a doctor? Did you have what resource did you use to help you make those decisions?
Well, I would say I watched a lot of YouTube videos, and while I was going to the gym, I was studying people, and then I would ask them questions. You can't be scared to ask people questions. You know, a lot of us, we feel maybe it's embarrassing to ask for help.
Yeah.
But we don't know all the answers, and ask, it's okay. So I started asking people, like, what's your diet? Like, what did you do to cut? Because that's my thing. I like to be cut and slim.
Yes.
I had to chop that tree, you know, hit that core. You can't run from it. I had to hit the core and burn it all off. It's been a journey. It's been a journey. It's ups and downs. I'm not perfect, but I know where I'm going and I know how far I've came. And I just want to inspire people to do what I did and go farther than what I did. It's not impossible.
Emerson, if you wouldn't mind exploring, when you said you were down, can you just share just like how you felt, like what your day-to-day life was like?
Okay, so then I really wasn't working. My mom, she has MS. So like seeing her just like decline, that did a lot to me. And I felt like I was failing her at one point. And I started self-harming myself after that. And I just was lost in life. But you know, I had a talk with God and I had to make a change. Again, change. My good friend Jovan Landry, she's an artist. She said you gotta make a change.
That's good.
And that sticks with me.
That's good. Your face lit up when you said that.
Yeah, because it's just me thinking back on the journey, like how far I've come and how far I want to go. It's quite amazing.
Absolutely.
To be just 197 pounds, and you don't know where it come from. It's just like overnight, you just blow up.
Right.
But you just gotta do what you gotta do. And nobody can stop you but you.
But yourself. Yes. You're talking like a personal trainer right here.
Right. It started to come out of me.
Yeah. So sounds like you started facing yourself in the mirror. You're like, this is not the journey that I want.
This is not the journey. How did I end up here?
I'm curious, when you think about your gut at that time, like, did you notice any changes, any feelings or sensations?
Yes. So I would say I was bloated all the time. It's like, yo, no matter what I do, it's just like expanded. And you can feel the heaviness on you. I will never forget. I was going somewhere and I was running late for the bus. And I tried to run a block and I couldn't do it. Not even half a block. I was heavy, out of breath, just breathing hard. I'm like, Emerson, what's going on? And I also noticed I was napping a lot throughout the day. Just randomly falling asleep.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, did you go to the doctor?
No, I didn't go. Oh, I did go to the doctor one time because I thought something was wrong with my heart. But they were just like, man, you gotta lose some weight, especially for your frame, because everybody's not blessed to be 6'5". But for my frame, right. But for my frame, I was just too big, and they told me I had to lose some weight. I mean, it was very humbling experience, but you know, I'd rather you tell me the truth and I face it than me finding out when it's too late and I could have made a change.
Back to that word again, you said the change.
Change, yeah.
Speaking of changes, I'm curious, going again back to the gut health. You know, this podcast is all about digestive care, and it's a name, Poopism, poop. Did you start noticing any changes in your stool at that time?
Oh my Lord. Yes, I did. So it was I found out it was kind of challenging to like poop sometimes because I was so full of like these fatty acids and foods. It was kind of hard for me to poop, and when I pass gas, oh my Lord, you thought you walking to a cemetery.
Okay. You had the rotten egg sulfide going
Yeah,
on.
like Emerson. But that's just, that just come from eating bad. It might taste good going down.
Well, yeah.
But once it come out, it's not good. But so I started drinking Bloom.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it helped with it's the super green
Yeah.
supplement. It helped with my digestive system and bloating. So
Nice.
whatever
Yeah.
you eating, it's coming out. It's gonna clean you out.
Clayton, how did you know to get not just the Bloom product, but just to do a green food?
Just doing a lot of research, and I got a subscription with GNC. So that's why I get like all my supplements and stuff. And they recommended it. They told me like drink this and you will feel 1,000 times better. And I will say it does work.
Mm-hmm. So you
I
did
still
go.
drink it to this day.
You might have to get a sponsorship with them.
No, now we're talking.
You might have to get a sponsorship.
Hey.
So I'm hearing that at one point you did go to the doctor because you felt like there was something maybe going on with your heart. They just let you know, like, you have to get the weight down.
Yeah.
Frame.
Because I remember they were telling me like your levels are high. Like my sugar was high. I was damn near getting like high cholesterol. Like it was Emerson. You standing on that ledge. What's going on? But I went by the grace of God. I went in time, and they helped me get back on the right track.
That's good. And then going to GNC, the people that work there also gave you insight.
Yeah, they also gave me insight. I've been going to GNC for years. It's part of my, I'd say it's part of my monthly like workout regime.
Going to GNC, getting your vitamins.
Oh my Lord, got to.
Yeah. So again, going back to the piece around constipation, at that point, was it something that you're like, I should get this checked out? What did you feel in those moments?
A little scared. But I knew what it was. I knew I wasn't eating right. And a male's ego, we like, oh, I'm gonna be all right.
Yeah.
No. No, bro, you gotta stop eating it. So that time I became a what's it called? Pescatarian?
Fish only.
Yeah. Straight fish. I was eating fish and rice. I cut out all fried food. I wasn't drinking anymore. Wow. And I just basically reset my body. It took some time. How long did I do it? Oh my Lord. I did it for at least 6 months.
Oh wow.
No bread, no alcohol, no sweets. I just locked in and the weight just fell off.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you notice? Did you notice any changes in how you were pooping at that point?
Yeah, it was coming out like air.
Okay.
Yeah, and a lot of I've also heard that when you pass gas, it's not really supposed to smell. That's how you can tell if you eating clean or not. And when you poop,
yes,
it's not supposed to smell like rotten eggs.
No.
Yeah.
That's not a good sign.
That's not a good sign.
Yes, there's something called SIBO, which is small intestinal bacteria overgrowth.
Mm-hmm.
And when infection sets up there, that the gas begins to smell.
Yeah, and you can feel. I was always like feeling this knot in my stomach that I would just have to massage out.
Wow.
Yeah.
What part of your stomach was at the top?
So I would say it was always the top. Always the top. I'll never forget. I always used to like just sit in a chair and just rub my stomach in that same spot.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to do that anymore.
No, not at all.
Look how far you've come.
Yeah. I gotta give it up to God because there's a lot of people out here that make it. They stay on that side and they just lose it. But I just want them to know it's not impossible. Absolutely. If I can do it, you can do it. It's not impossible. To go from self-harming myself, overweight, jobless, sinking ship, to becoming a brand ambassador for Planet Fitness and doing background work for the Bear and going to Second City for acting school. It's just, woo! It's just a testament to my faith, and I just want the world to know that it's not impossible. When you got vision, you can do anything.
And that's part of your brand.
Yeah, it's part of the brand vision. Yeah. Gotta trust the vision.
Can you share more about how that brand came alive? Was it before? Share more. Was it before you were experiencing these symptoms, or did it really come out of this healing journey?
So I would say I started it like a pilot started before I gained weight, and then it really wasn't taking off, and I was getting depressed. That part of that led into me sinking. Okay. I was just sitting on the computer making designs and just eating. I found myself sunk in the laptop, and it started off just making t-shirts, like Rock Band tees. I was just cutting them up and stuff.
Yeah.
And bleaching them.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it just morphed. I was like, it's more to this. What's more to this? What more can I do? So I will never forget, I was at the gym and I just said, forget it. I done lost all this weight. I'm about to record a video and send it to Planet Fitness. Wow. And they responded.
Look at that.
Just taking a chance.
Look at that. You had the vision.
Got the vision.
Yeah. Because you were making that change.
Yeah, making that change in real time. And now I want to use vision to inspire people to create that change. See my struggle and use that as a blueprint of what not to do.
Right.
But at the same time, take my failures and use them as keys to evolve to another level.
What's the primary key that you would want people to have who that are listening now about your journey?
The prime key? Stay consistent. Stay consistent. Even though there are days where you working out, you eating right, and the weight ain't falling off just yet. Stay consistent, because it don't start like that. It don't start with your weight. Your clothes gonna start fitting different. You're gonna start breathing better. You're gonna start feeling better. You're gonna start sleeping better, sleeping longer. You're gonna have more energy throughout the day. It's gonna motivate you to want to eat cleaner often, because why put in all that work to make the change and then just to go back and fall into the same trap?
That's right.
I have my cheat days. Don't get me wrong.
What's a cheat day look like for you?
I am from Chicago.
Yes, we are.
So I do like burgers still. So I have one every now and then, it's a treat. I treat it as a treat.
Right.
And I do like Chick-fil-A. But yeah, that's a cheat day. I really don't mess with the sweets anymore. Because I know it. I just know what it does to me. That's my Achilles heel, sweets, and I gotta stay away from it. Yeah. But I'm drinking my Bloom at least 5 times a week.
Okay.
And water. I drink a lot of cranberry juice for my kidneys.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my stomach feels really good, and that's my number one agenda. Because they say 90% of all illnesses come from your gut. That's essentially the engine to your whole body.
It's the whole, yes.
It's the engine. If your stomach is rotten, it's over.
Oh, yeah. And it even gets deeper, Emerson. The oral microbiome, what we're
Oh my
eating,
Lord, yeah.
then digesting, and then it gets into that system. It is
Yeah.
wow.
And you can feel it all over.
Absolutely. Because when that gut starts leaking, like an
Oh.
oil leak, the car just starts burning up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Smells bad.
Another thing I had to think about when I had bad gut health, I was always sweating. Always hot, like damn, I'm hot.
Yeah.
I was just carrying too much. It just felt like it was a bad feeling. It was a bad feeling.
Mm-hmm. Now I know sweating. I mean, they say a positive of it is a detoxification. It sounds like your
Yeah,
body's working overtime. It's like, well, if I can't poop it out,
just the
I gotta
function.
sweat it out for Emerson.
Mm-hmm.
The body knows what it's supposed to be doing, but when
Mm-hmm.
it gets backed up, the other has to go into
And
overdrive.
it's gonna come out one way or another.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm no scientist, so I don't know if that's a credible thought process.
Right.
Together, it sounds like your body was trying to get the toxins out.
Seriously. And then but me not listening, I'm just steady Homer Simpson.
Taking it all in.
Taking it all in. But
Mm-hmm.
God gave me grace and he gave me another chance to get right.
Absolutely.
And I thank him. Thank you, Jesus.
Absolutely. Yes, I'm sitting in the same boat. This is why the Poopism movement was started.
Yeah.
It really was created out of my own lifelong journey with my gut health. I was born into this world because our gut microbiome can be altered and affected from our mothers. Science is even showing even our fathers, but primarily the mom, because the birth canal, or if you were born C-section, that's a whole different conversation. But we take on our mother's microbiome.
Yeah.
And gut issues. So this movement is really to have, again, those real unfiltered conversations about our unique and individual stories.
Yeah. We all have one, but we all have the chance to again make that change.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took a little bit longer for me to make my change, even though I had the knowledge, I had the resources, I was getting the help, but I didn't have what you said earlier, the consistency.
Mm-hmm. That consistency is number one.
Yeah.
Because you see it a lot, especially like in the gym, the new year, new me's. They come for a few weeks and then just tail off. But why lay that foundation if you're not going to continue to build brick by brick a better version of you? And I understand life be lifing. Trust me, I know. But I gotta get to the other side of it. Like I gotta be a better me. Because longevity is key. And it starts with your gut.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Emerson, I'm curious, on a day-to-day, do you have, again, you said when you were dealing with the health issues, the bloating, the fatigue, did you have constipation, like days on ends, weeks on ends? Like, how did it look at that time?
I would say it was days on end. Just like every day I just found myself with a stomach ache, like, oh, I feel terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a Gemini and we got addictive personalities. I just could not stop eating them sweets and that Burger King. And then another thing, it was coping because I was struggling mentally. Not working, overweight, like Emerson, you wasting your life. But eating it away is just wasn't the answer. You gotta physically do the work
to get the results.
Yeah.
I know
that's why I have my tattoo, my mental health tattoo. You are not alone, because I know the struggle. I see it. I've done it. I feel it to this day. Like, I might be in shape, but I still, those memories don't fade.
Absolutely.
But they do drive me to continue to go forward.
Absolutely.
And to not go back.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I really appreciate you bringing up the mental health aspect, because again, the gut and the mind are connected through something called the vagus nerve.
Mm-hmm.
And when that gut is leaky,
the brain is leaking.
The brain is getting mixed signals when the neurotransmitters, they say that 90% of serotonin is in the gut, but it's being produced in the gut. And the dopamine and GABA, like all essential neurotransmitters that are sending important messages to our brain.
Mm-hmm.
When our gut barrier is strong, it's not leaking, we're putting in the right foods and nutrients.
Everything is connected.
Everything's connected. This gets stronger, less fatigue.
I'm thinking faster, thinking sharper.
Yes. Our decision making just changes.
Yeah. Even your reflexes, like,
yes.
I'm telling you, that gut is the key.
Mm-hmm. And something you said earlier I found interesting. I've been reading a book. This is actually one of my favorite books. It's called The Psychobiotic Revolution by Scott C. Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
And other writers, John F. Cryan and Ted Denon. They're both doctors. But this book talks about how the microbes inside of us sometimes these little critters are talking. And they're saying, hey, like, I want more of that ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Me down that Whopper. And while you're at it, get a Coca-Cola to wash it.
Oh, my thing was strawberry Fanta.
Okay, well, your gut bugs want a strawberry.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then it's like this back and forth communication. It's like, okay, you gave us what we wanted. Good job. Sends reward signal to brain like, he's listening to us. Continue doing it. And then you feel like crap.
Yeah, you feel like crap. Not even 30 minutes later. As soon as you finish eating, you like, why did I just eat that?
Right. But was happy doing it because
it was like a drug, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
That food is dangerous. But you just got to be careful.
Absolutely. I'm curious, as we come to the close of our time together, what's something that you are wanting people to really take home? You shared the key that you want folks to have around consistency. Mm-hmm. What's something that you want to leave with us today?
I would say have faith. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to fall, because you will get up and everything will be okay. Mm-hmm. As someone that was deep, I mean, in the deepest, darkest hole you can think of, I found a light and I found a way. And God blessed me with a vision and a voice to make real change in a positive light. So eat clean and be you. Just evolve. Just evolve. Continue to evolve.
Good. That's really good. Emerson, I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule, doing big things as a Planet Fitness ambassador, being casted on The Bear. You know, you're doing so many wonderful things, and the mental health advocacy work that you do here in Chicago. If you're interested in staying connected with Emerson, his information will be available below. But again, if you enjoyed this podcast and you're interested in sharing your story about your gut health journey or how you help someone else in their journey, I would love to have you on this podcast, because your story matters. And like Emerson's story, you can empower others and change someone's life. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I'm Barbie, founder of the Poopism Podcast. God bless. Take care.
Peace.
See you later, Emerson.
See ya. Oh, I just want to thank you for allowing me to come on your platform and to share my story, because there are millions of people around the world that would love to have this opportunity, and you blessed me with that. So I thank you, and keep doing what you're doing. You're on the right path.
Thank you so much, Emerson.
No problem.
And don't forget to look before you flush.
Want to share your story on the Poopism Podcast? Have a powerful, personal, or empowering health journey? I'd love to hear from you. If you're open to being a guest and sharing your story, email us at info@poopism.com. Visit www.poopism.com or DM me on Instagram.